Hey everybody, so national season is over and I have decided that I will be trying to play a different deck every single week until like the new season starts up again, the 2018 to 2019 season. And then I'll start playing like actual decks and trying to get my invite again. But this is a deck that I took to the nationals side events mostly. I did pretty good actually in the side events with this deck. I ended up almost winning a regional qualifier. I got second place. I was the only reason I lost is because I misplayed with one card, and honestly, if I wouldn't have misplayed, I would have won that entire game or match, I guess, and then won my invite to next year's nationals. But I just wasn't being very smart, and I misplayed a little bit. But I can get into that in a second. Anyways, this is a Lost World Dino Paleo deck. It was a lot of fun, and let's get right into it. So we played 3 Oviraptor. This is just a better Stratos. It's insane for the deck. So this card is really, really good. Definitely worth playing 3. Probably the best card in the deck, monster-wise at least, is Baby Ceratosaurus. Actually, this is the best card in the monster lineup. So when it's destroyed, summon a Dino from deck, basically, and it really, really helps trigger like all your Dino effects and stuff like that. It's really nice. Just 2 conductor. You don't need 3 in this build, I don't think. It was a little bit cloggy when you draw it first turn, so it kind of sucked. But I mean, other than that, it was actually really good. I didn't play the Overtext and the Pill engine. I just felt it was kind of breaky. Especially because this was just good as is, so I didn't really miss it. We played 1 Rex, 1 Miss, and 1 Megalo Smasher. These were good ratios. Obviously, if this was more at at 3 again, I'd still play it at 3. So yeah, good. That's all for the monsters. I think there's 10 monsters if I remember correctly. Might be 11. I don't remember. I just built this the Sunday, and then I played regional qualifiers for that whole day. We played triple Fossil Dig, search any Dino basically, except for Conductor, obviously. Triple Terraforming. This card just searches out your Lost World, which is one of the best field spells in the game, honestly. It protects your normal monsters, so it protects your Paleos. It protects Megalo Smasher. It can protect Scapegoat tokens. You can, just use it for all those little functions like that. It really helps the Paleo engine because you get to protect your Paleos and summon Dinos from decks, so it actually helped a lot. It's triple Scapegoat. Obviously, you can still protect this with Lost World. You can go through an entire combo with something that you can do actually is if you have a Scapegoat and a Lost World, and you resolve the Scapegoat in end phase, you summon your 4 tokens. You can make some of the nightmare plays and stuff like that and switch a Scapegoat token to attack mode and swing into something on your opponent's board. Lost World will trigger. You can send a baby from deck, summon an Ovi from your deck because of baby's effect, and then you can add a Dino from deck to hand. So that really was really good. And then you can also make a Boar load. So Scapegoat and Lost World really enabled a lot of plays in the deck that I didn't really think about. So Scapegoat was amazing, so I would definitely recommend playing that. I thought it would conflict a lot with the Paleos and even the Baby Ceratosaurus, and it honestly didn't really conflict all that much, and most of the time if it would conflict, I would just much rather resolve the Scapegoat anyways, and so I thought it was amazing. Next card we play Triple Twin Twister. This card is insane against the Trickscar deck. You can draw phase, drop Twin Twister, and then blow up 2 cards on their field. If they chain Reincarnation, they can't draw because it's draw phase. So you can play around the draw Reincarnation combo like that. It's actually really, really good. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Just remember, if you have Twin Twister or any sort of MST, anything like that, just remember draw phase and drop it. Don't wait because then they can draw you. So yeah, just draw phase Twin Twister, really good. Survival's End, this card just blows up a Dino on your field and a card on your opponent's field. Really, really good removal. And it triggers your baby Ceratosaurus, so that's the Grave effect actually. So you banish it from Grave. It is a quick effect because all trap cards are quick effects. A lot of people were asking me that, and yes, trap cards are all spell 2. They're always speed spell 2. It was the same thing with kind of Metal Foes Counter and Metal Foes a couple formats ago, or I guess years ago. You can banish it as a quick effect because it's a trap card. The field effect is like when you activate on field, destroys all monsters, normal monsters on the field, and then you summon dinos from the deck equal to the number destroyed up to. So like if you blow up if your opponent resolves Scapegoat, you can go +4 because you blow up their Scapegoat tokens and summon dinos from your deck, which is insane. So you can that's a really cool play that you can do. You don't have to summon 4, you can summon up to, so you can just summon like a lot of times what I do is I just summon 1 bait or 2 babies, and then during the end phase they're destroyed, so if the opponent doesn't interact with them, they get destroyed, and then you summon like an OV, and then you search during your opponent's turn, so you can still make plays during your next turn. Triple Morella. This card just turbos out the Survival's End. You could play Foolish Burial Goods, but I didn't really think it was all that necessary. This is a going second list, by the way, so even though there's a ton of traps, you want to blind second because it's pretty crazy just to like summon like a UCT and just kill your opponent's board. That was really, really good. We played Triple Dynamistus. This card never really came up and I always sided it out. I might take it out for another Paleo, but the Book of Moon one is honestly terrible this format because you can't book anything. You can book like Candinas, you can book like against like the pure matchup it sucks. Against like pendulums, it's okay. It's just I don't think that it's really that great of a card, so I definitely think that that one's better, but I don't know, maybe I'll try like the shrink one, the one that has attack. Just activate during damage step. That might be kind of cool. Could come up. I don't know. Paleo Illinoides. This is the Dust Tornado or MST one. This is the only one that doesn't have a hollow reprint, which kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. This card is amazing. You definitely want to play 3. If you could play more, I would play more, but you obviously can't. And then the last 2 cards are evenly matched. This card is insane. So like, just if you resolve this, you basically won the match, and it's just so good, especially against the pure Sky Striker deck. They just lose, and it really is really kind of crazy, but you know, obviously this is Paleo, like, so we play the Toad, just 1 honestly, because you can shuffle it back with its own effect, so you don't need more than 1, and 1's fine. For rank 4s, to get over the what's it called, the Waking the Dragon, so just to kill whatever, obviously the Utopia of the Lightning. That never came up. Cards that are rank 4s that are just good. Dweller, Dolka, Lagia, and Tornado. These are just insane. I definitely want to play Arachna Zero because you're playing Lost World, so all your opponents, they all lose monsters. Or sorry, all of their monsters lose attack. So you can Ragna Zero, pop a card, and then you draw, so you get a +1. So Ragna Zero is insanely good. I definitely want to try that card out. Underclock Taker, this card pushes for damage because you just summon it, and then you use the UCT, and then you make one of your opponent's monsters lose 3,500. You swing 35, you kill the rest of their monsters, and attack for 1,000. The least amount of damage that you're putting on board is 4,500. So if your opponent has other monsters, you can still like kill their board and stuff, and it's really, really good. So Underclock is amazing. Next we have the Scapegoat engine. So we play the 1-link Spider, the 1-link Karibo, and then like the little middle pieces that we play are Cerberus and Phoenix. These are just for draws and stuff. Phoenix came up. Cerberus didn't really come up all that much, but it obviously can come up, so I think it's definitely worth playing. The Unicorn is really good because it can also come up, so I think that all of these are basically mandatory and really, really good. We play a 1 Borreload because it's insane. You can steal your opponent's Shizuku, and then they can't tag it with Ray. You can steal like Diablos and swing with it. You can, it's just so versatile. I think that Borreload is insanely good, so definitely worth playing. And we play the 1 Topologic Trisbana. You can summon this with just a Scapegoat, and then you have the 1 Scapegoat token, and from there you can do a lot actually. So something that you can do that's actually really interesting is that you can use all your tokens, just summon this. You have an extra Scapegoat token. Use your Scapegoat token, like assuming you have Lost World on the field. You can swing into something on your opponent's field. Lost World protects it. You send a baby from deck, blow it up. Baby's effect summons Giant Rex. Giant Rex gets summoned here. Trisbana's effect triggers, banishing the Rex, blows up their entire back row. They lose a ton of damage. Giant Rex triggers and summons it back to the field. Or you can use Link Karibo's effect to summon it back, and then Trisbana also triggers. there's a lot of different ways that you can do that to trigger Trisbane, and I think it is insane because it just pushes for damage, and it's definitely worth playing, so definitely keep this card in. For side deck, we played Gaga Cowboy. This card was completely useless because all of my games didn't last more than 30 minutes, so this card just wasn't worth it, so I definitely would take this out. Trisbane is basically the same thing anyways, so it's not really worth playing. We played triple sphere mode. I didn't play any Pendulum Magicians or Goki or whatever. I mean, I did play a Pendulum Magician, but it was really stupid. I didn't catch one of the plays that the dude did, so he basically cheated on me. I don't think he knows he cheated, but he did. I'm not going to worry about it, but it kind of sucks that I didn't catch it. This is... we side to go first, by the way, so siding and anti-spells are insane, especially because you don't really care about your spell cards. Especially drawing like Scapegoat. Like Scapegoat doesn't activate like from hand usually on the first turn. Scapegoat's basically a trap card is what I'm saying. So you don't need it really anti-spell to like, you know, trigger that or whatever. 2 ashes, should have played 3 obviously. Draws are actually probably really good in this deck. Draws are really bad in almost every other deck though. Like it's not good if you're playing like a Trickstar, Sky Striker mirror match. I don't think it's good in that. It's not good in playing against like pure mirror match or anything like that. But in this deck, you're going for OTKs, so it's really good to just stop your opponent's plays and then just battle phase, just destroy them. So I think draw is actually really, really good in this deck, but it's really, really bad in other grind decks. So don't play it if you're playing a grind deck. A lot of people are just, I feel like they're making a mistake when they're playing draws and they're just grinding, because you're just, okay, you're stopping your opponent for 1 turn, but next turn they're just going to go off just as much as they would have. So I don't see all that big of a use for draw. I don't know, you guys can yell at me in the comment section for that, but I don't think that it's really that useful this format unless if you're going for an OTK. We saw Triple Shared Ride. This card's just insane. This deck kind of has a hard time regaining resources, or at least like keeping cards in your hand. So Shared Ride is insane. And then the last card is Called by the Grave. This card is not that great. It doesn't really matter if you get hand trapped in this deck, because like if you get drawled, you can still like summon Ovi and then just send a Dino from deck to grave anyways. And sometimes it's even better to do that to begin with. So draw is terrible against this deck. So don't side draws. Side those things out against this deck. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile for this. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. And next week I'm going to be deck profiling the Sky Striker deck, the pure Sky Striker deck that I played at regionals. I did not do good, but this is more for fun at this point because I don't care. Regionals aren't for, I don't know, 2 months at least, or I guess like a month and a half probably. So I'm just gonna play fun decks from now on until like I get back into the regional spirit or whatever. But yeah, this was definitely fun, like worth playing and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend picking this deck up. Just for fun. Catches a lot of people off guard. I 2-0'd almost everyone in my matchups except for a few where I went 2-1. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., leave them in the comment section below. And I will see you guys next week. See ya.